Welcome, welcome to Astrology and Alchemy with Sarah and Matt every
Hello,
Tuesday.
hello, hello.
Hello, hello. Look, my phone says, don't forget, it's Astrology and Alchemy. Well, I can't forget. We can't forget. So, you guys, thank you so much for joining us. I see Pepper, I see Field Guy, I see John, I see all sorts of people chime in from different parts of the universe.
The commercial must have just ended because all of a sudden we got a whole bump of people watching. So
Wow, that's what you get, the commercial. So welcome. There you are. It is. It's Astrology and Alchemy, and here you are. There you are. It's super exciting to have you guys joining us wherever you're at. Join us. Tell us in the chat room, where are you from? We'll put it in there. Where are you from, Matt? Where are you at?
Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
What? Winston-Salem.
Oh, Macy is here, and let's everybody give Macy, because I didn't even send her a message on this, a huge happy birthday to Macy.
Happy
It is Macy's birthday
birthday.
today.
Well, we won't. Happy birthday.
Yeah, I don't sing, so she won't get me to sing, but I'll wish her a happy birthday.
And then we've got Carson, we've got Mary Beth, we've got everybody. We've got the new and we've got the old. But most importantly, we have the entire week ahead for June astrology, guys. It is the last day of May, which means it's the last day of May. You're never going to have May 2022 again. It's over.
My second favorite month ending.
What's your first favorite month?
October. So I have like a spring favorite and a fall favorite. So this was my spring favorite coming to an end.
I love this time of year because I love the tornadoes. But we just got power a few hours ago. We've been out for almost 24 hours. Tornadoes are everywhere. Trees are down. People are, in their local. I'm in a small town now that I've moved out of the city, and so I went to go get my coffee this morning, and everyone's like, "Oh, the pontoon nearly flipped over. I watched from the window. I know it was nearly gone. Did you get gone?" Like everybody was talking about their damage, and everybody got a lot of damage.
I saw your post about everybody out of like power and stuff.
Oh my gosh, we've got tornadoes to the left of us, tornadoes to the right. Well, they were mostly northeast, but one touched down just a few miles over that way. So it was pretty crazy. And it was crazy weather. And I think it's that way all across the country right about this time of year. I know that Florida's getting hurricanes. You're getting weird weather. I
love I don't like tornadoes, but I love thunderstorms. So I like this time of year because it's weird around this time of year. So like I love growth and being around like greenery and stuff. And so like April to June, everything here is really lush and we get lots of rain. And then they like flip a switch and we get absolutely like no rain in June and July and everything dies and gets brown.
Right.
So I don't even bother this year. I didn't plant anything because I'm like, it doesn't matter because it'll look great. And then like, if you don't, and we get like 100 degrees. And so like, if you're not like watering like constantly, like everything dies. So it's like, why bother?
Why bother? Well, for us, it's the mosquitoes, the Minnesota state bird. They're just everywhere. I don't want to go out and garden because I don't want to come out looking like I got chicken pox scaring people away. But,
Yeah, they love me too. We have like that. We have like around here, we didn't have them in Pennsylvania, but here we have more of those, the like no-see-ums. So you feel them, but you don't see them. And then you come inside and then like your body breaks out like you have smallpox.
Chiggers or sand fleas, one of the two.
Yeah,
we don't want any of it. And also Pepper shares, well, I love the fireflies. And in Missouri, they're lightning bugs. Fireflies, so it comes out of your fire.
I know we're totally off topic, but I'm going to go out after this again to watch the really cool meteors last night. So we didn't get out.
Did you see any?
Yeah.
I did too.
And my daughter went out, and her and my one son stayed out like much later than I, because I had to work today, and they saw like a bunch. So
I saw
look north towards the Big Dipper. That's like where you have the most concentration of them. But yeah, it's really cool.
North towards the Big Dipper tonight as well. Yeah, I watched and I watched and I watched, and I was like, well, I guess I'll go and say, there it is. And it's like I started seeing them and I got really excited.
Very cool.
And it is cool. It's a cool experience. So thanks for reminding us. All right, guys, let's get into this, which means get out your pen and paper. If you are someone who joins us every Tuesday at 9 p.m. live online on YouTube, chatting on the Paranormal Channel, on Odyssey Radio, streamed for free anywhere that you listen to your favorite podcasts, you will know we're going to cover the entire week. So get out that pen and paper, make your predictions. Write down what intuitive feelers you get. What are you feeling? We were pretty good for last week's predictions. We were pretty good seeing how it all played out. It won't be any different. It never is. So let's do it. Are you ready? Ready, he says. Matt never looks at it ahead of time, so he's always ready. Okay, it's pretty smooth. I'm not going to lie. Wednesday, just one thing. Tuesday, Friday, it seems pretty smooth. Whoa. Friday and Saturday, we have a few things happening. So let's just start calmly with the first of the month, June 1st. That's going to be tomorrow on Wednesday. Only one thing happens, and it's a moon move. So we all know what that means. And that means the moon is going to be moving into Cancer. It was a new moon just yesterday, and it's going to be the moon entering into the phase of Cancer. What does that mean?
Emotional need for security. So, Cancer is the crab. Or I actually like another astrologer that I like watch on YouTube uses the turtle, and I kind of like that analogy better. Kind of carrying the home on their back, and so security is very important to them. And so so this is emotional. Moon in Cancer is emotional security.
Think about moon feelings. Moon, it's starting to wax now, so it's kind of starting to build after this new moon, meaning that when we go out and look at it, it's not just that kind of darker shaded shadowed moon, that you're going to start to see the sliver moving over from right to left, and that teeny tiny little sliver in the constellation Cancer. Emotions. When I think of the Cancer crab, or sometimes even the snail. When someone says a turtle, I also kind of think of a snail, that carrying your house wherever you go. What is it that's in your home that makes you feel comfortable? I would say that's probably going to be the shadow work, like creating comfort. And it's the middle of the week, first of the month. What would you say is going to be a good thing? What will you do with the moon entering Cancer? Is there any rituals or things that you'll do, Matt?
Well, give it that, and I put this in the chat that I'm still. So, guys, I guess this is my third show. That the first 2 weeks ago was like day 3, the day that COVID really hit me. So I've been doing these shows COVIDly. So hopefully I'm still like giving you guys good information, not being up to 100%. So I've been sleeping like 18 hours. So I would say my comfort's going to be, Pepper already nailed it, my bed, and because I'm still always cold. I'm cold all the time anyway. And so since I've been sick, I've like been really cold, even though it's like 90 degrees outside. So I'm going to be totally my blanket. I'm going to have my nice fuzzy blanket and cuddled up and be nice and warm. That's my comfort at home. Cuddled up with a blanket, being nice and warm.
Well, I wish I could be. I will be probably working, but it's going to be rainy. So I always think of soup. I think of bread. I think of like creating bread, making it so the house smells really good, or planting rosemary at your door. Or some witches will sprinkle cinnamon at their front door, salt at their front door, to welcome in the good energy of the spring. And maybe spray a little essential oil on your pillow, wash your sheets for the month, do your house cleaning. That's going to help you feel and sleep and rest comfortably. Yes. Like that. And then it'll be Thursday. As Katie in the chat asks us, yes, you'll have chicken noodle soup tomorrow. And then on Thursday, you're going to see the moon is still in Cancer. So, okay, still that need for security. Sextile Uranus and Taurus. What does it mean?
So Uranus is the rebel, and Taurus is stubborn, stable, and indulgent, as I always say. So I always view this one as it's rebelling by not doing. So it's, I'm going to indulge myself and not do the thing that I should be doing. So sextile is removing obstacles. So I view this as emotional security by maybe not doing some things that you really should be doing. So I view this almost as like mental health day energy. So this is, screw it, I need to feel safe and secure. So I'm just going to stay home in bed and maybe not do some things that I'm responsible for doing. So I could see, actually, on the prediction standpoint, I wouldn't be surprised if you have an abnormally amount of people that call in sick on Thursday, stay home, this is a so yeah, this is mental health day energy.
And I think of that Uranus, that Winona Ryder in Taurus, which it is the Ferdinand the Bull sitting on the hill just sniffing flowers. He's not going to go out and chase the man with the towel. Come on now, not doing it. And that Uranus is like, yeah, what you should do is this. Maybe not so suggestive, but just having a wild curveball idea. So the not doing, avoiding responsibility. How is this going to play out in the news? How is this going to play out, do you think, in a macro way? Self-care.
Yeah, I see this as well, whatever makes people feel secure. So for me, I view this as I mentioned earlier, this will be like, wanting to stay in bed. So you said rainy. Here it's going to be warm and hot and sunny, but I mean, this is I view this as, you just picture, this is more like a fall energy, but the rainy weekend where you just, stay in bed all day and watch TV and have somebody put like chicken noodle soup, it's that kind of energy, but it can be different for different people. So maybe it's, I'm just going to take my dog for a long walk by myself, just me and my dog, and we're just going to walk. Or, I'm going to go in my car and go for a long drive. It could be different things for different people, but I feel it's going to be what people need emotionally to feel better. And there's going to be maybe some rebellion over what society or what, maybe your responsibilities and expectations are going to be, but much more of an emphasis on self-care. And I think actually that's a good thing. So, if you have that need to do these things to make yourself feel better, go with that. Obviously don't do something that puts anybody in danger, and certainly don't put your livelihood in danger, but, make sure you take care of yourself. And I think that's going to be an emphasis on Thursday.
I would agree. And it's, as you guys know, if you join us weekly here, usually when you're talking, and it's kind of how in an intuitive or psychic reading, when people, they go, I want a reading, and they come like this, versus starting to talk, starting to open up, starting to get that energy exchange going. As you started talking about that, I was hearing, come as you are, as you were, as I want you to be. Like, I was hearing Nirvana in my head from 1990, early 90s, 90, 91, 91. The ether speaks, 1991. And I guess I've never really paid attention to the lyrics, and I was just looking at the lyrics really quick. And that's kind of how my intuition will sometimes talk to me. As a friend, as an old enemy, the choice is yours. Don't be late. Take a rest as a friend. Memoria, Memoria. And then the kind of repeating that, like, I don't have a gun. Like, I'm wondering how this is going to play out. I'm wondering why my intuition is telling me this. And so it just seems so relevant. I have to put that down. I have to put that down. So,
I'm posting some. I'm multitasking here because I'm posting something in chat while you're talking.
Yeah. Well,
I'm thinking road trip, or like a late night drive, and so I am posting for me. If anyone's curious,
yeah,
what I view as the ultimate. Hopefully, you can actually follow the link. It'll play it. The ultimate. Go in a car by yourself and drive and listen. And the song is Thumb by Dinosaur Jr. And hopefully that play. I posted the link on YouTube. Hopefully it'll let you play. I don't know. It almost looks like it's not letting you follow it, but let me know in the link if it'll let you play it. But that's what I'm thinking when you're saying that, is like to get in the car, and that is to me like the ultimate. If I like needed to like just go out and think because I'm all upset, that is like the ultimate like song to. When you did the Nirvana one, this is the one that goes to me of like, if I just needed to, if I'm all upset and I need to just get in a car and drive and think, that is like the ultimate song for it.
Dang, I love it. Okay, you guys, I love this. Keep that and use that music. Like, if it's like me, like right now, I'll be honest, I don't know what the hell that means. What does that mean? Does that mean Nirvana comes back from the dead? No, I don't know. Hey, maybe it's never know. It's a crazy world out there, but I don't think so. Instead, it's like, okay, I just know that is coming through very strongly. I'm going to write that down. I might do a little research. It's why I'm a Virgo. I like to be down with the trivia. is I will research a little bit more than I should about Nirvana, and then I'll finish my second cup of coffee, and it'll all make sense come Thursday when something happens. And then I'll be like, holy cow, when I hear Nirvana, this happens. And then because you make it so. So it's just a manifestation. But then we take a step back. We take a step back with our perception. Friday. Friday cannot come soon enough. Do you know what happens on Friday? Say it with me. Mercury goes direct. Say it with me. Mercury goes direct. In Taurus, though. Ugh. No offense, Taurus. What does that mean?
Well, communication is going to be better now. So we're going to have less issues with miscommunication. So that will be fantastic. So yeah. So better communications. That's a good thing for everybody. And in Taurus, it's still, I just think, again, indulging the five senses. Taurus is stubborn, so it's not going to want change, but it also, Tauruses like to indulge their senses. So this is just going to be, communication related around not changing and kind of indulgence. But in general, it's going to be direct communication now and not miscommunication. I'm also going to add here, not that she watches, but I totally forgot that tomorrow is my mom's birthday. So I'm also going to give a huge shout out to Matt's mom. So happy birthday to Matt's mom tomorrow.
Man, you have a bunch of people right around this time of year.
Yeah, it's funny. Like my immediate family, it's all February because of the quads and stuff. But my extended family, it's all May and early June is when everybody was born, except for me. I'm a December guy. But.
That's interesting. Just kind of, when we see who we're surrounded by. I'm surrounded by a bunch of Taurus and Aries people and Scorpios.
Yeah, so my family has lots of Taurus and Gemini.
There you go. My oldest is a Gemini. We say Gemini because he's right there on that cusp, but he's a Gemini. And yay! Goodness gracious. They're having it's a good season, but let's face it, it's always a little wild. But I'm always so excited when Mercury goes direct. Because, if you've been waiting for the text, if you've been waiting for an email, if you've been waiting to get response back and you just don't know, and somebody said they had a job, or somebody said they had a project, or somebody said they had word on something, and you just don't know. Who told you that? Well, when should we do it? Like, things have been in purgatory. You've been wanting to reach out, not reach out, should I, coulda, this kinds of, let it on Friday kind of flow a little bit more. And then we're going to add one more thing on Friday. It happens kind of Friday evening. The Matt, I'm reading Happy Birthday, Matt's mom. The moon enters Leo. So that is going to be happening on Friday evening. Yeah.
So I say this a lot so the people that like watch this all the time are going to know this, but I always find this really interesting. So the signs, if you notice this, it's a pendulum. So they're kind of going like, yin energy. You have the earth or water going to air, fire. So there's always big changes with this. And you see it the most with the moon because the moon changes every like 2.5 days. So now we're moving from this emotional security and this more introverted energy to now Leo is much more, it's generous, but it's also attention seeking. So Leo, I view like Leo as this is the, I view like, I don't know this for a fact, but I would think a lot of actors and entertainers would probably be like Leo because, Leo likes,
look at me.
Leo likes attention. Leo has ego. I know Trump's a Gemini, but for me, I always think of like the stereotypical Leo as Donald Trump. It's
I think of Madonna.
It's
living in a material world.
Yeah. And so attention and an ego that can get bruised easily and.
Oh, like the lion off the Wizard of Oz. Oh, he's like, they're like, he should be all mean and stuff, but no, they're not. They're big cowardly lions that really are just wanting to bristle their feathers and fluff their mane.
Yeah, there's a generousness to it. Like, I don't want to go like, and I'm always hesitant because it's so funny. Like I get accused much more than Sarah of like bashing signs, but I would not consider like Leo like an asshole. Like there's certain signs that I would consider kind of asshole signs,
I
and
would.
Leo is not one of them. Yeah, I
I
know.
would.
Yeah. Leo is not one of Sarah's favorite signs.
My
As I
sister.
mentioned before, I've only ever dated Leos, and my wife's a Leo, so I got to be kind to what I say here with Leos.
Be careful. They're listening.
Yes, but anyway,
That's happening on Friday night.
yeah.
The moon's
So
going into Leo.
so you're moving from that like inner security to to this much more. Look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me.
So I'm going to say something. Knowing I am into neurolinguistic programming, by day I'm a forensic counselor working with sex offenders and heinous crime. So I would never be able to say this at work, knowing specifically how cryptic language can be. But listen to me and hear me when I say this, that on Friday night, as the moon enters Leo, change the curtains. Do you know what I mean? Spice up your look. This is going to be something to create color. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Right. You know what I mean? Imagining yourself bigger and better and brighter than you are right now. A little bit of Leo for us all. A little bit of reflection. I would even say mirror magic. Ooh, reflection. Now that's, be careful. They would say that's for advanced witchery. Because, if you see something warp out of your face, it's like having a trip or something, and you look at your face and you're like, what? You could never unsee it. So you got to be careful. Scrying is not for the little witches. It's for the bigger witches. But anyway, for those of you asking, like, how might we use that energy? It's going to be reflection. It's going to be pride. It's going to be ego shadow work. But as we always do, take a step back with me even farther so that our perspective allows us to see not just Wednesday, not just Thursday, but as a week expands. So we know it's going to be a little bit of a crazy Friday. Finally, the texts come in. Finally, we're not miscommunicating. And then Saturday, oh no. I say that because I saw this after my mini celebration of going direct. And then I was like, oh. And
It's
what
got to
I
be
mean,
Neptune.
not.
Oh,
It's
okay.
kind of like it. It's Saturn.
Ooh.
Right? Say it with me. Saturn goes retrograde in Aquarius starting on Saturday.
Ooh.
Right? Ooh.
I gotta think. So again, I do this cold. So this is a weird, like we've never had Saturn retrograde. So I would normally think of, so Saturn is rules and restrictions. So retrograde, I would normally think of kind of breaking rules and restrictions. But since it's in Aquarius, we're already in that rebellious breaking rules and restrictions. So I kind of view this as just entering a general chaotic time, but possibly much like the miscommunication, possibly like rules and restrictions that might come up are going to be like very misguided. So I would be very, very concerned and watch for, particularly on the government side, what gets proposed as rules and restrictions right now, because they're probably very poorly conceived and will not be very
There is
good.
some legislature.
Yes, there is stuff that's getting kicked around right now.
Trudeau just did some major things. The pew pew things are doing major things. I say join me for No Man's Land on Odyssey Radio, because these are discussions about politics that need to happen. And Saturday, but Saturday is not a day for government and business. They're usually closed on Saturdays, right? Right?
Which I'm normally, I'm we're on kind of different ends of the spectrum here, Sarah, and I'm much more of, I'm not going to worry about the problem until the problem actually starts developing, which I know I know there's a lot of folks that like do the whole slippery slope and the what ifs. Like I wait till it actually starts to materialize before I worry about it. But I will align with you on this part that with this energy right now, the things that are getting proposed are probably really, really bad. So you probably want to squash it and kill it very quickly.
And when I look at the meditation, this leaves you feeling like the ability to move forward has oh no, neat, 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 neat. You're turning the key, chick, chick, nothing. Fuck, shit, crap. What? Yeah, Saturday. Beware of this stalling out. And this is going to be for the next 4 months. 4 months. The rules go foggy like a Moor. Be
So
careful.
just watch. I'm going to say again on this because I'm seeing some folks and Katie like in the messages and stuff. Like I'm watch what actually gets proposed. Like I'm not going to
Not
freak out.
changed.
I'm not going to freak out over anything that is kind of thrown out there. But if something gets up and saying, "Hey, we're going to change X," that's probably a bad thing.
Right.
If people are just throwing ideas out there, I'm not going to worry about it. But if something actually materializes, that is something they're actually concretely going to change, it's probably going to be a bad thing.
Be awares. Be awares. Apart versus apart. A part versus apart. Like just it's going to be strategy of fine-tune things that will otherwise seem quite foggy. But then, oh, if you like it, then you should have put a ring on it. What else happens with this is man, Saturn in retrograde, but then look what happens. Look what happens that night. Look what happens that night. I put it just a second in the chat room for people to look at it and go, like that. But for those listening on Odyssey Radio and on all other places, the other thing that happens Saturday evening is that, oh, I put me too, Katie. But
No, I
that's
did
not
that.
what I meant.
That's why I said Matt here.
Oh, is that the moon moves into Leo. What? No, it's already there, but it's trine Mars and Aries. Mars and Aries.
So
Trine.
Trine is synergy, Mars is action, Aries gets crap done, but it's not. It's very impulsive and not necessarily well thought out. So this is for somebody like me that's more strategic mindset. This is not a good thing. But this is I expect movement, things getting done, but it's not necessarily going to be well thought out. So this is going to be much more reactive.
Think, get her done.
Yeah. So think again. This is emotion, attention seeking. So to me, I view this as with Moon and Leo. If you think of like virtue signaling, so what things can I do that will give me attention? And so you think it's syncing with this whole like Saturn retrograde. So what kind of changes can we make that'll make us look really good, but in hindsight aren't really well thought out. So look for really impulsive crap that could possibly get done on Saturday. And if anything does get done on Saturday, just realize it's probably going to be a shit show. And so don't celebrate it. Just kind of prepare yourself because it's probably not well thought through and it's going to be crap.
It is going to be crap. Saturday is a day to stay in and have a bonfire. Take that fiery energy that you're going to be feeling because it's on the inner or the yin side of things and use it as a motivation. You know what? Let's get fired up to clean. Let's throw things on the bonfire. Let's take things to the donation pit. Let's do that. Think of it as a picnic. Think of it as something to celebrate. Think of it as a cutting the cords. Do you know what I mean? And not jumping over the fire, not, hey, look, there's a fire, and then running to it, not knowing what the hell you're doing because maybe we're not cooking s'mores, maybe we're burning plastic and you shouldn't be near the fire. Like, ask before you do, but when you're doing, ask why. It's going to be a ping pong of neurolinguistic programming that you're going to need to do on Saturday. And if you don't want to have to do neurolinguistic programming when you're 2 whiskeys down in the middle of a crowded room, don't go out on Saturday night. Otherwise, you're going to be like, what? I'll have another drink. What? They took your card? No, they did that? No way. And then it's going to be like a fight. It's going to be like a UFC on a Buffalo Wild Wings Friday in the 90s. It's going to be bad. Look out. So just know that. And then you go, well, what will happen exactly? What happens on Sunday morning? What happens when we wake up in Sunday morning? Oh, wait, Katie said, Sarah, there is an 80s song for this day. Katie, what are you hearing? What are you hearing? The I always think of David Bowie burning down the fire with gasoline. And then Katie says, didn't touch the fire. Or I think, we didn't start the
Oh, yeah.
fire. World's been burning since the fire. I think of that
Actually,
one.
I actually thought of Talking Heads
Did you?
burning
Okay.
down the house, but I picture his head. I don't know if anybody remembers that video, but it's just like his head on the street, like
Or like Sledgehammer. Dang. All of these, it's fire. Didn't touch the fire. And it's to be careful with it. Be careful with it. Just be careful with it. It's a torch. Don't keep waving it around and getting, catching people's hair on fire. It's going to be bad. But okay. So then
all
you go,
three of
okay.
those songs are very Aries songs.
They are very Aries songs. I need
All
to
three
do,
of
by the
them.
way, a playlist of the Zodiac. I'm going to start it on
Oh, that
Zodiac.
would be awesome.
I know, right?
I wanted to do, I'm just going to throw this on here because people in the chat, let us know if we want to do this. I talked to Sarah. I wanted to do like a rank the compatibilities. So, like take Aries and rank like all 12 signs as to what's the most compatible romantically. But then we could also do like our top 10 songs for the different. So let us know if you'd be interested in those because we've actually talked about doing other shows outside of Tuesday.
We sure have.
So, yeah. So let us know. Like we'll only do it if people are interested in actually like watching it because
we have time.
as much as we like doing this, it is a little disconcerting when you do this and like 10 people watch.
And then you're just like, wow, I spend hours doing this.
Cool.
It's for me.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine.
We love those 10 people, but
every
it is a little bit of
last
an ego
9
hit.
alter egos of mine. We love you,
It's a
Sarah.
little bit of an ego hit when 10 people watch. and you get like 3 likes.
And they're all me. Anyway, Sunday morning. Man, it's going to be June 5th. Think of it. Minneapolis schools will still be in session. Well, not on a Sunday, but because of the teacher strike, they're going to be going forever and ever and ever. But on Sunday, June 5th, after a crazy shit show of a Saturday, depending on if you went out and all these policies were here, we think we should do this now. It's going to be tea in the harbor. It's going to be a crazy deja vu. And you think, what in the world am I living in? And you step back and you look at the stars. Good God, stars, give me some advice. What's happening out there? And you look up, and this is what the universe is going to tell you. Well, the moon's in Leo. It's opposite Saturn in Aquarius retrograde, which is just a ripple of the day before. It's a ripple of the day before. You wake up and it's opposing. It went from just being in it, where Saturn was retrograde and the moon was in Leo, trine Mars and Aries the night before. But now moon in Leo is opposite Saturn and Aquarius retrograde. What do you think is the slight difference in that energy?
Well, remember, opposite is so square is really what you would view as like opposition. That's actually a square. So opposite is almost like this like tension. So you have this tension between emotionally wanting attention and then this weird kind of like dumpster fire of like changing rules. So yeah, this is interesting because we had this impulsive action yesterday. So I'm almost viewing this as see if this makes sense. I view this as Sunday as buyer's remorse for the impulsive crap that got done Saturday. So I feel like stuff happened Saturday, so we're going to impulsively do stuff to address it. And then all of a sudden Sunday, it's like we start thinking about it and you're getting people and analyzing things and you have like the Sunday shows and everybody's gonna be like, oh shit, what do we do? And so, yeah. So I view this as like buyer's remorse. You had the whole Leo and Mars impulsive energy on Saturday. And now this moon opposite Saturn is like, oh shit, what did I do?
And this is like, I would think in a magic space, I'm thinking hindsight. In a magic space, I'm thinking regret, buyer's remorse, impulsive feedback. Feedback meaning that if you did have hindsight, if I knew then what I knew now, we wouldn't be in this little predicament. What would you do differently? Now, Sunday, you might find yourself in a situation where you're learning because you shat your pants. Preferably, do not be that person. Be the Sunday morning with your coffee going, what did you do? What?
Be the person on Sunday that's happy you didn't do what you were thinking of doing on Saturday. So this is another one of these advices that on Saturday, whatever impulsive thought jumps into your head, think of Matt's voice saying,
let's go streak the zoo.
Wait until tomorrow and see if it's still a good idea. Just wait. Wait 24 hours.
You're right.
And then on Sunday, if you did that, you'll probably be feeling very good.
Group of injured people go to streak the zoo and get eaten by tigers. It's like, oh, thank God I didn't do that. It would have been me. Yep. It could have been crazy. And the reason I kind of laugh strangely is, again, my intuition's being a little weird tonight. But the song I heard, I know, is, and tell me if you remember the music video back when MTV was only music television and the only disruption you had was news that was 10 to the hour every hour. But there was Detachable Penis. Do you remember that song?
Oh my God.
Not a surf.
We are, I'm embarrassed to say this. We are synced. Something this morning made me think of that. I was actually, as awful as it sounds, I was actually humming that this morning, going, yes, yes. I know exactly that song.
And it wasn't there.
And the lyrics are really funny, and they probably couldn't get away with putting out a song like that now, but it was very funny.
Even better now. Do it now. Can I bring back MTV? Do you think that I could? It's so different from the original.
It wasn't Not a Surf, though. It was King Missile.
Was it?
King Missile.
Oh, Not a Surf was popular.
King Missile, Detachable Penis.
Okay, I've got to update my little thing.
It was all the downsides of, just so you guys know, it was all the downside of, he would lose it, and it's actually quite a funny song.
Have you ever been to a party
and just left it
and then woke up the next
morning? And he doesn't
morning?
sing; he just kind of like talks. There's just like music in the background, and he's like lamenting all the problems of having a detachable penis.
Oh, God, I love it. That's going to happen on Sunday, guys. Don't be that person. Don't wonder where your detachable penis is. Know where it's at.
I can't believe you thought of that.
I am psychic, you know. But that is the song that was playing. Okay, Monday. It's my day. Monday, it's my day. And the reason I say that is the moon, that pendulum, the moon is now finally getting out of Leo and is in Virgo. Yes. What does it mean? Monday morning.
Details.
Yes.
You're the Virgo person, so you'll know better than me, but I always say I's dotted, T's crossed. You can't go where I'm more cap. I'm like high level person. Like Virgo's going to want to know the specifics. So this is emotionally, and since this applies to everybody, emotionally, you're going to want to know details of crap. So look for people probing and asking, and they're going to want to know specifics on stuff.
Well, and I think of asking questions. Maybe that's why it is so important to know your emotional space, to know how to be grounded when everyone else is losing their shit and going crazy, how to be practical when someone's freaking out, that when I'm working crisis and say, hey, put your head back on for a second. Tell me, where are we? When did this happen? Like a dispatcher, give me your name. Is this emergency? 911. What's your emergency? Calm, relaxed. Give me all the details. I heard you were a part of a group of people that was going to go stripping at the zoo. What happened? Whose idea was it? Like, I need all the dirt, and not just the dirt, but the mud, the particles, and the sand. I need it all and compartmentalized. So that Virgo, and these are feelings. It's the only thing happening on Monday. So after this crazy weekend, did you hear what happened? Did you hear what happened? Did you hear what happened in the government? Did you hear what happened in the village? Did you hear? Did you hear? And Virgo is going to go, It's the Skeksis in dark crystal.
Or somebody who did what stupid thing Saturday night?
What?
Tell me details. What zoo? Who was there? They got busted. What? They were naked?
Oh my God.
More reason. You get an impulsive thought on Saturday. Remember, wait a day. Don't do it.
Don't do it. We told you not to. Don't do it. And then it's going to bring you full circle as we are time travelers. Actual time travelers. And two things happen next Tuesday on June 7th. That's what the date will be, next Tuesday. I can't believe it's June already. It's so crazy to me. But what's going to happen? The first thing, we wake up and, it's kind of the same thing that happened Monday, the day before, only Tuesday, They're like, we now announce it specifically. We have all the details and we're announcing it. You heard it first here. And it's the first quarter moon in Virgo. Oh, what do you think about that? Tell them what
So
you
is
told them. Tell them what we're
this,
going to tell them.
help me remember, is this the
Tuesday
Gemini?
morning.
This is Gemini cycle or
Yes.
Taurus? This is Gemini?
No, Gemini cycle.
Okay, so yeah, so this is all kind of making a decision, kind of left or right, which way to go, make decision, and so you're building the energy here. So again, remember Virgo is detail, so this is information gathering. So if you have some big decision to make right now in this cycle and deciding which path to go, there's a whole bunch of energy on gathering all that detail. And so, you have the emotional in this. So this is all details, details, details. So once again, I would look for people probing, asking questions. It's not that they're necessarily being nosy. It's just for whatever they're doing, they need information to make themselves feel more secure.
Big life decision you're making. The things that we had mentioned right now in the beginning of this week that are kind of in purgatory. For some people, it's a divorce. For some people, it's a big life career decision that, and we're going to see it kind of rear its head towards the end of the month here because I've already looked ahead. I already know. And you can too. It's in your Farmer's Almanac. As you get to see astrology, you can predict way in advance like a necromancer. Anyway, we're just doing it a week at a time. And I can tell you that this is kind of the beginning of seeing, the mushroom sprout out of the ground. To start seeing the seeds that you planted, a few months ago, you're starting to see just a little sprout. I mean, it's hard to see, like, what is that thing? Is that a radish? Is that like somebody just looking at it? They wouldn't know. The Virgo in you on that first quarter moon, it knows. Those little details. So are you going to continue to nurture it? Oh my God, it's happening. Or are you going to start to see it and go, oh my God, it's really happening. It's going to start to seem a little more real on Monday to Tuesday.
It's gathering all that info so that you know which way you're going to go, because full moon will be in Sagittarius.
Wow!
And
You'll do it.
And that's jump. So at
That's
that point it's going to be energy of pick which path. So right now you're gathering the energy to choose which path you're going to go.
It's exciting. It's exciting that I know on Monday, if I wanted to be a sneaky witch, which I can be at times, I'll go, oh my gosh, I can tell you're having a really big life decision. That's a general open, cold statement. But if you know their sign, maybe even if you know this person, you know that they've been finagling a thought of maybe a new career, you say, hey, how are some of those job opportunities looking? Have you narrowed it down? Have you started to make a choice? And the first thing they say, the things that they start to tell you, like, well, I was thinking about this one thing, but the other thing that I did do, like whatever they started to do, what I do know is blank, 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 blah, blah, blah. Decisions. And that's not the only thing that happens on Tuesday. One more thing happens on Tuesday, and I'm so happy that we are again Mercury retrograde now. So now you don't have to worry about being miscommunicated. And that means Tuesday night, as the moon is in Virgo, it trines Venus in Taurus. I love Venus movements, but in Taurus, what does it mean?
Venus rules Taurus, so it's kind of a home, kind of thing. So you get that whole romantic, indulgent, stable indulgence. So this is actually like emotional details having synergy with romance in this stable, indulgent piece. So I view this as emotionally getting details kind of in that romantic space, maybe to kind of confirm things. So look for maybe questions coming from your partner or prospective partner or things along those lines. But it could be a positive thing, but people maybe emotionally are going to need some details in that romantic space to feel secure. It's not a bad thing. It's not questioning. It's not questioning out of doubt. It's just emotionally feeling more secure.
Well, and I'm hearing a song, so I want to check in on the time. We've still got 5 more minutes for me to find out the song. Um, you know, and I know you'll know it. They call me Mellow Yellow.
Yeah,
That's
Donovan.
by Donovan. Okay, see, I'm so glad you know that. That song, I don't know the lyrics off of hand because I would need to be a karaoke star. Uh, they call me Mellow Yellow. That's right. That's all I know of that song. What is that song even about? Is that
Good
song
question.
about yellow? I'm gonna find out while we look at this because that Venus space, that sensuality. Um,
It's about saffron, but I don't know what about saffron.
Saffron is extremely expensive and rare, and it's a healing
But I
herb.
don't know if that's like a person's name or if he's like
It
really into like the
is.
color or what the like.
I'm just mad about saffron. That's right. This always makes me want to eat Indian food. And I'm just mad about 14. 14's mad about me. Man, I hope she's not 14. Then you're going to come see me at my other job. Don't do it. That's not legal. They call me Mellow Yellow. That's right. Born a high forever to fly. If you want your cup, I will fill it. They
Um,
call me the electric banana. Mm, that sounds so.
yeah.
What does it say? You're reading ahead of me. What do I
Yeah,
not know?
in an interview, Donovan was asked what the song was about. He said quite a few things, being mellow, laid back, chilled out. They call me Mellow Yellow. I'm the guy who can calm you down. John Lennon and I used to look in the back of newspapers and pull out funny things. They'd end up in songs. So it's about being cool, laid back, and also the electrical bananas that were appearing on the scene, which were ladies' vibrators.
Yep, for sure.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay, so it's
Not what I expected when
hey,
I looked that song up.
vibrators can just come out of the ether, just like that.
Not I
Job stability for
If
those
you
of you out
gave me
there
a
looking
hundred,
for
if you gave me 100 guesses, that was not going to be one of the 100.
what? That would have been my number 2. I would have been like, "Is it the pixie sticks that we got at the roller rink that were shaped like no, vibrator." Like that would have
I
been my
was thinking
next guess.
color. I was thinking color. Somebody's name, Indian food,
It's the number 14 that gets me because that can't be an age
slang
reference. That
for
cannot
drugs.
be an
I
age
would not have
reference.
gone to, yeah.
I'm just mad about 14. What does that look like? 14. That's something. That's got to be slang for something. I don't know. If you guys know, let me know because that seems pretty important. But here we are. We're in the last few minutes. When you look back at this week, knowing how crazy this week is, what do you think is the most important thing for prediction and magic and astrology and alchemy in the first week of June?
Most important thing for advice is this weekend, tone down that impulsive stuff. So, like I said, like really, really be careful because it's going to be a bad decision weekend, both micro and macro. Personally, people are going to make bad decisions. And on the governmental level, people are going to make bad decisions Saturday into Sunday. And then Sunday is going to be a day of regret. And then Monday and Tuesday, we're going to be digging into the details of how much trouble we're in because of the bad shit that happened on Saturday and Sunday. So keep that in mind. We'll all be better served if we just take a time out and don't act on Saturday.
Get a stress pillow, get a journal, get a dildo. I guess this is the week to stay in, self-care, take it out on yourself, take it out in the gym. Don't do it. Whatever it is, whatever that thought was that just then that you're like, I don't know, don't. We're telling you right now. Wait at least until Monday because you know what I mean? That's just going to be one of those things. And we're giving the information to you. So you use it however you want. People in the chat room said, man, we need to stay in and watch romantic behavior. Some people say, man, I'm living with 5 cats. It's always crazy in my house. Other people said, I was on a narcolepsy medicine that was recently recalled for being super potent. Man, I like that. That's a quotation you never want to see about your medicine. And Mary said, man, I thought you said get a gerbil. I didn't.
Samantha nailed it. I would not be very careful going out and imbibing on Saturday night because, again, it's going to be bad decision Saturday.
Oh, you mean drinking?
Yes.
Or partaking in illegal substances that could otherwise
all
alter
of the above.
your
Anything that could impact your decision making because people are going to make shitty ass decisions.
I
You don't need any help to make a bad decision on Saturday.
Mm-mm.
So don't give the universe any extra help.
And this is one of those, like, back in my day, back before the internet and things were recorded forever and ever. This would have been like, and I'm sorry, Sarah, if you're listening, my other friend Sarah, we were devil Sarahs together. But we would take my dad's farm truck out to the local grocery store and we would move cars that were in park with the car. We pushed them. It was horrible. We wouldn't leave a dent. I don't even know how we did it. We pushed them. Cars that are parked, it's really hard to move them. It's like, it's hard, but you move the car enough that the person can't find their vehicle in the parking lot. Or taking
Nice.
lawn ornaments and putting them on other people's lawns. All illegal. All very bad. All very illegal things. Very funny. And had someone been like, what were you thinking? Everybody points to somebody in another direction. You know what I mean? Like, let's steal the ATM. You don't even realize it's a felony. You don't even realize it's going to change your life forever, but you do it. Or you moon the cops. Sex offender. Now you're seeing me Monday through Friday. You know what I mean? Don't do it.
Yep.
Don't do it.
That's Aries energy.
Okay.
Mars and Aries. Not well
Mars,
thought out.
I'm telling you, it's just one of those. Yeah, man, Katie said, don't feel so bad. I peed on a blind man's house. Well, it's not like he saw you do it. Sorry. How is that bad? I just don't see. How could it be bad? Like Ariel said. Yeah, you were 13. Well, first of all, a woman peeing on anything in public is a skill. Secondly, may not be as uncommon anymore. We don't know. It's getting late. We should end the show now. After this week and what we're heading into, Matt. Let's just end it on that note. But you guys, I do want to say before we head out, don't forget we do personal readings and we are doing readings right now for $50. That's all it takes. Yeah, she TP'd. She TP'd him. And if you want a reading on how not to get TP'd by crazy Katies in your village, reach out and let Matt and I know. I'll put in the chat room. Where can they find us, Matt?
ParanormalSarah.com, Automoon Astrology, Astrology and Alchemy, both on Facebook. You can email me at mslozer@yahoo. Sunday Night Dead on Facebook, also Sunday Night Dead on YouTube. And yeah, have a great week, everyone.
Yeah, see you next time.
All right, take care, everybody. We're out of time. Good night.